Beautiful Watkins Glen International Raceway here in the Finger Lakes area of central New York. It is wine country up here, and this track opened up in the late 1940s, 1948 to be exact. NASCAR came here in 1957, and Buck Baker drove a car from the pole to win a NASCAR Cup Series event. This is the NASCAR Nationwide Series. They have been coming here. This will be their 15th year. Jimmie Johnson trying to get his first ever win on a road course, and Robbie Gordon heads towards Syracuse. Yeah, there's Robbie Gordon coming down, and one car pulled to the inside. Yeah, that is the 86 car. We thought it was Robbie from Inta Cars. Are both red and white numbers. And Robbie Gordon is making his way back toward the front. That 86 car was the efforts of Antonio Perez.
Robbie's still coming. He's running these guys down. And I'll tell you who else is coming. Newman's coming back on Jimmie Johnson up front.
And the 92 DJ, Kyle Busch, like we ever wanted to count him out no matter where he was on the racetrack.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that, but this is very impressive with this race team. Eddie DeHaan has put this team together, and it's a Toyota. And the first time we've got a few problems here.
Oh, Perez gets Hornish, and that will put debris out. That will necessitate a full course yellow flag. And there it flies right now. Sam Hornish was coming to pit road to make a stop. They had used some strategy, and now that goes away because Sam will need a wrecker to get back to pit road.
Like maybe he had some problems
going
going
the car.
through.
They spun us off the inner loop, and the car hit us in the driver's side.
Saying that he got spun, but they've had a couple of cars. You can see how much is torn up this 86 car of Antonio Perez.
Let's see if Marcus Ambrose was involved in the 59 car trying to get by the 12. There they are.
Yeah, a little contact there.
He got into him just a little bit. Looked like Sam's going to be okay right here. And he gets clipped by this 86 car.
And that's probably going to end his day with that car. It's unfortunate. He was doing a great job up there. He'd been out there for a long time.
If they're both stalled here, can't make it back.
Both window nets are down, and drivers you see pulling off helmets inside. Sam Hornish got his helmet off. Going to have a wrecker come pull his Penske Dodge back to pit road.
Neither one of these guys really at fault. Kind of Sam was a victim of that. And then here comes Antonio Perez, and he had nowhere to go.
Sam had a great record here at IndyCar racing. Finished second last time he was here. His final IndyCar event in 2007. Nearly won the race and was having a good top 5 run here today. Here again, caution number 4, lap 40, inner loop. There's the contact.
Not yet.
As they're coming out here, like his car's sliding. He's been out there on those tires a long time and just couldn't get back to the gas, and Marcus was ready to go. Yeah, he was trying to push him along there, but
tried to give him a little help.
Got him there a little bit quicker than Sam was doing.
That's been a trouble spot for Sam all week. He spun there I think at least 3 times.
Yeah, Sam's thinking, I saved it. I kept it out of the tire barrier, and here comes the 86 car.
Yeah, all right, crew chief. Now we've run 41 laps. Interesting strategy from here. Are you going to pit under the caution?
There's some of these guys think if they think they can stretch it 41 laps, they'll come down. I know that's outside of everybody's fuel window, at least under green.
A little show of sportsmanship. You saw the handshake there, Antonio Perez and Sam Hornish getting out, being able to say, hey, Sam said, sorry I messed up your day, and probably Antonio said the same thing. Sorry I ruined the rest of what was a pretty good day for you.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate situation. You can't blame anybody for what happened there at the end of that. You're coming out of there, and all of a sudden, as far as Antonio is concerned, there's a car sitting where it wasn't supposed to be.
Right.
Wasn't one there last time he came through.
Sam Hornish watched the field come through, and he see him gaze over at a couple of cars that came by, and he had some thoughts about what he should do.
Why is it that every time there's a caution flies right where you just can almost make it to the end, but not quite? These guys are going to have a decision to make.
I think they still have to come right now.
I do too. I think that you got to gamble on it and come on in. I wonder what Rusty Wallace would do in this situation.
Well, I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd come on down pit road, and I'd gamble they're going to have a lot of cautions at the very end, because the way it's going right now, I believe they just might make it, Andy. There's more than I anticipated, that's for sure.
Yeah, they've had a lot of caution laps, and we don't see any indication that we're going to have fewer in this last half of the race. So.
Although 40, with 40 to go, at least 40 to go right now.
That's outside.
That is way outside. That's asking a lot, guys.
Somebody will, though, I bet.
But nobody can. Even if they all can't make it here, then that means just a splash at the end, and then it gets you a lot closer to that of just minimizing your time on pit road.
have to, but
we're gonna know here pretty quick. You can hear those guys. They don't really want to make this call.
Yeah, that was the 48 radio, Jimmie Johnson. There's Kevin Harvick's bunch. A lot of these guys have their Cup Series crews because they realize it's so important. Let's see who's going to come, who's going to stay. Shannon Spake.
Yeah, Doc, Kevin Harvick coming down right now. He says the car gets better on the long runs. It'll be great if he could just get out front. It looks like they're going to take 4 tires for this 33 car. Good to go for Kevin Harvick. He likes this car. Dave.
And Jeff Burton needs a little bit better grip in the front. They're going to lower the air pressure on both fronts. 4 tire change full of fuel. Jamie?
And Carl Edwards pulls in. He said he just wants water with a straw and an extra bottle of water. They're going to do 4 tires, no changes on the 60 car. He came in 8th. Mike?
And this is the money stop for the 48 team. It's Jimmie Johnson's Cup team over the wall, and they rip off a very good stop, a 4-tire change for Jimmie Johnson.
Race off of pit road. Jimmie Johnson among these cars that pitted will be the first car off of pit road. Jeff Burton, Kevin Harvick. And no one had gained and no one had lost, and nobody lost. In fact, there were 10 cars, though, that opted to stay on the racetrack, led by our pole sitter, Dario Franchitti. So these guys will have to line up behind those cars that stayed out on this most recent caution flag. Stephen Wallace gaining 4 spots on his pit stop there. Our leader is the Scotsman, Dario Franchitti. Set on the pole here for the first time in his NASCAR career. Got injured at Talladega early in the year. Got a hard lick in the left side door at Talladega, fracturing his left ankle. There he comes across, and watch the impact, almost 200 miles an hour. That's how safe these cars are. He's able to limp away with a broken ankle, but it did cost him 3 weeks. Now back at the head of a NASCAR field here at Watkins Glen. Back at Watkins Glen International Raceway here in NASCAR Nationwide Series action under caution for the 4th time today. Dario Franchitti, one of 10 drivers who opted to stay on the racetrack and not come in. There's the 48 car, Jimmie Johnson, who has led the bulk of this race, 17 laps, and we are being told that he was speeding on exit of pit road, and so they have told Chad Knaus they're going to put the 48 back to the tail end of the longest line, and so Jimmie Johnson, who was clocked at 43 miles an hour. There's Steve Letarte, Jeff Gordon's crew chief. They're leaning up to talk to Chad Knaus. They got a lot of the Hendrick heavy hitters, and now you see Jimmy slowing up, and he will go to the back of the pack. He was 43 miles an hour.
This time.
And the pit road speed is 35.
That's a tough break right there. He's going to have to really go to work now.
I think I just heard him talk to him and say pit this time. If he's going to have to go to the back, so he'll get in and get fuel, and Mike can make it to the end then.
Get another shot of fuel. It'll get him another lap of fuel anyway.
We're going to take gas now.
I guarantee you he'd take the track position instead of that little splash of fuel.
And pits are open, so if he were to come in now and you can go 33 to 35, do the math, that would put him at
Still
80.
5 laps short.
Yeah, well, 4 to 5 laps short.
We probably haven't had our last caution of this race yet either, so
no.
Possibility it could work out. They don't have a lot to lose.
Going to be back there anyway, might as well come in.
He didn't come in, though. That's the problem.
NASCAR official coming up.
Yeah, it just shows how important this is. You see Steve Letarte, you talked about Jeff Gordon's crew chief being right there, Chad Knaus there. Yeah, we see a lot of other guys coming down pit road, but it shows how important this really is, that they want to be here today. They could have taken the afternoon off and gone and visited family or played golf or something else, but there's important things to do here.
We are being told the 92 car of Kyle Busch had an uncontrolled tire, and he will go to the back, so he's going to come down pit road, and Jerry Pitts and company and the Eddie DeHaan team will top him off with fuel.
Yeah, we heard Jimmie Johnson's crew chief call him back in, but Jimmy didn't come off the racetrack. He stayed out there.
Yeah, sometimes things that look like they are hurting you work to your advantage, man. We'll see.
NASCAR called off the restart. These guys have been on and off pit road. They'll follow the pace car. We'll come back to Watkins Glen with a green flag in just a moment.